Scaling to 100K a month isn't harder, it's 100% different. A lot of coaches, consultants, and agency owners and service providers think that scaling to 100K really takes more effort, more hours, more work, and it will be just more messy. But within this actual video, I want to break down everything you need in order for you to actually scale to 100K and not add more pressure, more stress to your actual life. Because when I was sitting about 10, 20, 30K a month, I also didn't know what it actually takes to scale to 100K. Now I'm at 100K already, I'm past 100K a month, and I want to give you everything you need actually in order for you to actually scale your company to 100K plus a month. If you're a coach, consultant, agency owner, or service provider, and you're currently sitting about 10, 20, 30, even if you're sitting about 50K a month, this video is for you because I want to break down the entire structure, framework, give you everything you need in order for you to understand exactly how to scale your company to 100K a month, okay? So, because scaling, by the way, is completely different than when you scale to 10, 20, 30K, it's completely different to when you actually want to get to 100K. And when you are at 100K and when you want to get to 1 million, it's completely different as well, okay? So let me start with an actual story. A few years ago, I worked with a client who came to us. He was doing about 12K a month. It was about 2 years ago. And he came to get actual some help for his business, right? So first of all, he was really proud. He said to me, like, it took him some time to actually scale the business to 12K a month, but he left his corporate job. He went by himself and he actually scaled his business to 12K a month. So he was really proud. He was also busy, booked, and always working. From the outside, it looked like he was successful because he's doing 12K a month, but from inside, looking closer at what it actually takes to fulfill, get clients, looking at how he structures his day, all the execution, it really came clear that he was actually exhausted, always stressed, and always reacting. So he said to me, if this is what it took me to go to 12K, I don't even want to know what it takes to scale to 100K. But what he really wanted to know is there a way he can actually scale without adding all this pressure, without adding all this stress and always being exhausted inside of his business? And the answer is yes. And the reason he really felt stressed, exhausted, and reacting because the way he was actually building his business was completely different to what actually business needs to be built at 100K a month. And so yes, you can scale to 100K a month, but it really comes down to a question how your business is actually designed. So that's why in this video I want to break down everything for you. Because another thing that you need to understand, like when somebody tells me I'm currently at 12K and I don't want to scale to 50K, I just want maybe extra few clients, but I also want less pressure. When somebody tells me that, I can straight away know that they're under a lot of pressure. Why? Because like usually I have clients that come to me, like coaches, consultants, they come to me and agency owners, they will really want to scale. They want to put more scale. I want 100K. But it's sometimes I get businesses that come in and because their packaging, their offer and everything else, it's like so exhausting because maybe they get client in for like 1K, 2K in, and it really takes a long time to fulfill them. The clients are asking more. So there's so much that goes into actually building a business, and it really comes down to understanding how you actually have designed, right? And so when he told me at 12K really feels hard, he doesn't want to know what even 100K feels like. And that sentence told me everything because he believed scaling meant more pressure, more chaos, or more work. He thought the 100K was just 10K with more problems. But in reality, it's not. 100K isn't harder. It's actually having a different design of actual business. And so within this video, I'm going to show you exactly what the difference is. So by the end of this video, you will know why you feel stuck right now, what must change to scale, how real 100K businesses actually work, because I have scaled my business and multiple other client businesses to over 100K plus a month, and how to build one business without actually burning out. So what you will learn in this video, number one, why working harder stops working after 10K, the 4 core shifts to reach 100K a month, how 100K founders think differently, what systems actually matter, how to build predictable growth, why most people never make it past 20K, and how to scale without losing your actual life. So this isn't a theory, it's not philosophy, it's not something that I think. This is the entire structure. I have done this multiple times for multiple of my clients, so I know exactly what I'm talking about. So the biggest lie about scaling, most people think if I just work harder, I will actually grow. And for long periods of time, I also thought if I post more, if I do more DMs, if if I reach out to more leads, if I just get some money in, I start running some ads, I do more DMs, more posting, more content, I will do custom packaging, there was so much that I thought working harder will actually help me to get to 100K. That works at the beginning when you are at 2K, 5K, and maybe 10K, and I have seen some extraordinary businesses have even made it to 50K, and I was like really surprised because they were literally growing their business as they grow it to 2K. They managed to grow it to 50K. Because early success comes from hustle, speed, personal effort, and being everywhere, right? When you start, that's completely normal. Like we all have been there. At the start, we all putting all the hours in, we put more effort, we put more work, we want to build up the business, we want to build some speed, momentum going, right? But here's the truth. Effort does not actually scale because you cannot scale your energy. There's no way you can scale your energy. At a certain point, your energy will start to like dip. And once that dip happens, a lot of founders don't actually catch that dip. When the energy dips, they suddenly think like, okay, it's just a phase I'm going through. But what actually is happening, they're going in a decline. And eventually they get burnt out. And so it's impossible to actually scale hustle energy. What you need to really, what you can scale is a business with actual systems in place and all that. We're going to get into this now. I'm going to walk you everything through what you need to know, okay? So effort does not scale, but systems do. At 10K, you are the engine, right? You drive business forward with your energy and hours invested. At 100K, you are systems. You are engineering actual systems, okay? If you stay the engine too long, you eventually will burn out. And I have seen this happening with a lot of coaches and consultants and agency owners and also service providers. They are the main engine inside of the business. They have gone like that for 3-4 years. And the reason they reached out, because they're like, hey, I'm slowly feeling like I'm burning out. I need help. Either you help me to get in clients, like I need help. And then eventually we look at everything what they do, and everything is built on the foundation of them actually spinning the wheel forward. If they stop spinning the wheel forward, well, then the business also stops. So the 10K businesses versus 100K businesses. I want you to compare this, right? A 10K business looks like this. Founder does everything. There's no documentation, no clear process. Leads come randomly. Sales depend on mood. Decisions are emotional. Growth is really fragile. And if you stop working, your business probably stops as well. So a 100K business looks like this. Clear roles. We have clear system. We have repeatable process because you can repeat it. You've done it once, you can do it twice, 3 times, 4 times. As much as you can do it, you can always do it, right? Because the process is repeatable. You have predictable leads coming in. You know exactly where they're coming in. You have to repeat the same amount of leads coming in. You know the predictability of it. It's also really stable, data-driven decisions, and resilient actual growth. If you step back, it still keeps moving. That's the actual difference. The difference is that if you step back from your business still keeps moving forward. Now, shift one that I want to talk to you about, from actually going from hustle to actual structure, right? So let's now get into the nitty-gritty things of what you actually need to know, how to shift your business. This is just the start. We're going to get more in actual structure. So watch this video till the end. So at 10K, you solve problems with effort. You change strategies. You change on what you focus on every single day. At 100K, you solve problems with design supported by data and execution protocols, okay? So these are SOPs. So example, at 10K, leads are low, so you will post more, send more messages. At 100K, the question is, why is our conversion rate low? At 10K, I will jump on every call. At 100K, how do we qualify better the incoming leads? So you stop reacting and you start actually designing. And I'm currently seeing that in the business as well. They're getting bad quality of leads and they're saying, hey, we just need to get more leads because with more leads, we also will have a better probability of getting more qualified. That's bullshit, right? Because if you really want high quality sales calls, you need to ruthlessly filter out who actually engages with your business and who not supposed to, who engages and who's supposed to leave and who's supposed to stay and book in the call with you. If you're not ruthless with qualification, that's when you really understand that you're jumping on every call, you're wasting time, and if you're currently jumping on calls 45 minutes and you have people that are broken, people that don't want to invest, people that are all over the place, it's like you're doing it with unqualified leads. So the question is again, how do you qualify better? Okay, so shift 2, from random to actual repeatable. The key word here is repeatable. Can you make it repeatable inside of your business? If you got one client, can you repeat it? Can you repeat that one client? Can you get it the next month? right? If you got 5 clients, can we get 5 clients next month? And can we do it exactly the same way that we got the first 5, okay? So most small businesses grow by accident, right? One client refers to another, one post goes viral, one ad works, but it's all random. 100K businesses are built on repeatability. They know where leads come from, how they convert, why people buy, and what makes them stay. Nothing is a mystery. And here's the golden rule. If you can repeat it, you don't own it. So shift 3, from doer to actual builder, right? At 10K, you are the worker. At 100K, you are the actual architect of engineering your actual business. Your job changes. Before you do everything, after you build how everything actually is being done and how everything works inside of your business. So you stop asking, what should I do today? And you start asking, what system needs actual improvement? So the core framework, right? Now let's get into actual frameworks now, because this is really important, right? So I'm not gonna give you what funnel you need, because the funnel is not important without you actually understanding the foundation and the structures. If you understand the foundations and the structures, you will really easily scale your business. Okay, so let's get in actual frameworks now. The scale engine. Every 100K business runs on 4 engines. So the first engine is the lead engine. How do people find you? Is it ads, content, or referrals? It must be predictable. The second engine is the sales engine. How do strangers become clients? Script, process, is it a follow-up? It must be consistent. And then the third is delivery engine. How do clients get results? Do you have templates? Do you have onboarding? Do you have support? It must be repeatable. And then we have the management engine. How do you track performance? KPIs, dashboards, meetings. It all must be visible. If one engine breaks, growth breaks as well. But here's the key. Because you have engine designed like this, right, and you said, hey, leads are not working, you exactly know, okay, currently leads are not working. So you go in there, and then because you have your data processes, you can also know what is not working. Is it currently like, are we getting people on our funnel? Like if you have a VCL funnel, like if you're getting on a VCL funnel, but hey, they're not watching the video. So something's wrong in the headline. Maybe they landed and they're confused what to do. So there's so much thing, and based on data, you really know what's happening. Without data, you may build a VCL funnel, something's not like you don't know that the people are landing on your VCL, but they're not watching the video. They watch the video and they don't take the action. You may be changing the actual ads itself without actually knowing that the problem is in the actual VCL. But with data, you know that, hey, that's the actual video. They watch the video. I can see they watch the video, but after the video, they're not taking the action. So something's wrong there, right? And so with data, you know exactly where have they left off. And so then we get into why most people stall at 20K. 20K is the most type of business that we usually get in. Most of our clients doing about 20 to 50K. They want to scale past 100K, okay? I have some businesses that are also doing 100K a month that want to scale up to the next 200K. But here's the key. But most businesses stall at 20K. So here's the hard truth. Most founders never scale because they actually are protecting themselves in their own chaos. They say, I'm really fast, I'm flexible, I like freedom, I like working like this, I have been doing this all my life, I can't imagine doing things different, right? But what they really mean is, I don't want structure. The structure feels slow at first, but it creates speed later. And without no structure, they have no scale. So I have a client before that came to me. Unfortunately, we didn't end up working together. I did onboard him, but then I kind of offboarded him because I understood that he's not going to change. So he came to us. He was working doing this about 7 years, the same. So the first 3 years he took to actually build his business, and for 7 years he's sitting about 15K, and he's not changing. And he said he came to us because he wanted to scale, and he said, hey, I feel like I can do more, I can invest more hours. And when the systems need to be installed and everything needed to be done, we showed him exactly what it looks like. He actually protected himself by saying, hey, I don't think this is me. I like what I'm doing. I like the freedom. I like to interact with my clients. I like to jump on the calls. I like to close. And so you can expect to scale your business if you are consistently involved inside of your business. So let's move into the shift 4, from emotion to actual data. Okay. So the last shift we have was shift 3, from doer to actual builder, right? So now let's move into shift 4, from emotion to actual data. At 10K, you decide by feelings and actual gut. I think this may work. I feel this is wrong. I maybe feel like we could do this, right? At 100K, you decide by actual numbers. cost per lead, cost close rate, retention, lifetime value. You also cost per client, everything. CPC, like you have all data in front of you. Feelings become inputs, data becomes actual authority. It's really important to understand this, right? Your feelings are just inputs, but like data is what makes you to be authority inside of your actual business, because you are actually operating from a place of actual understanding, not from place of actually guessing. And then here's the golden mental model. So think of your business like a factory. At 10K, you are the actual worker inside of the factory. At 100K, you are actually designing the factory. So if you are still working inside it, you can't improve it. If you step out, look down, and optimize, then you can really scale. So what to do if you are at 5 to 20K now? So if you're in this range, do this. So step one, map your actual business. Write down lead, how they go from lead to call to sale, delivery, and repeat. See the actual flow, how entirely everything is happening. Then step two is to actually document what is working. Every win, I want you to write it down. Script, templates, checklists, everything. You need to have it inside of your business, because even if you want to outsource and delegate somebody to actually do the work, then you have already pre-recorded, pre-documented actual files that you can give to that person to be actually trained inside of your business. Most of the times I have seen coaches do this, and I have seen also agency owners do that. They are about 20K a month, and they say, I need to scale. So scaling for me really means getting more people. And so what ends up happening is they get more people inside of the business, because nothing has been structured, no documentation, no recordings. They don't even know how to actually train the people that they just hired. And so what ends up happening, they give stress, they pass actual stress and chaos to that person. And now, because that person doesn't know what to do, how to operate, there's delays, the owner now, the founder itself, even gets more frustrated. And so this all is happening not because you got the wrong person. It's because you maybe even got the right person, but you didn't have the right systems to actually train the person. And this is really important for you to understand now. If you really want to scale, it's not just about getting more people on the business. It's knowing how to train them, what systems need to happen inside of your business, okay? And then obviously, step three, kill complexity. Remove extra offers, extra funnels, extra tools, extra scripts that like don't make any sense. Like, you need to make your business simple as possible, because simplicity is what actually scales. When you have a lot of complexities inside of your business, that's what actually breaks the business. And I can tell you a good example. I had one time a client came to me and he says, like, my business is really smart. Okay, I have this smart funnel installed. The only thing is, what we can do now is we can't figure out what's not working, because we were getting some leads and now we're not getting them. And so I asked him, like, so how many steps you have in your smart funnel? And he said, like, I have about seven steps. And so that's already a problem, because you don't really know which step is actually breaking and which step is making actual your leads coming in confused. Because if you have too many steps, it may make the people feel confused. And once you have confused leads coming in, they will leave. So with this being said, you have to remove all complexities. The more simple you make things, the easier it is also to fix them and really diagnose them. The more complex you make things, it's really hard to diagnose and understand what's working and what's not working, okay? So then step four, build one channel. Master one traffic source first, not five, one. Once you have mastered it, then obviously you can open another source, okay? Because then you are not dependent on one. But it's super important that you master one. And then step five, create weekly reviews. Every week, ask what worked, what broke, and what needs to be improved next. Then next thing, using AI for systemized thinking. Like, there is no excuse right now for you to not use AI inside of your own business, right? And I'm not talking about writing content or writing posts or asking Google liked questions. What I'm speaking about here is actually using AI to help you to systemize your business, help you design the right structure, help you design your business in a way where you can actually scale your business, right? So, smart founders use AI like this. they not ask, hey, can you write me some content? I need some posts, I need some blog, I need like just simple questions. What they ask is, they ask, can you help me to design processes? Can you help me to design fulfillment? Can you help me to design the funnel? Can you help me to do this? Like, so examples, SOP creation, right? System operational protocol, sales scripts, client onboarding, welcoming emails, reporting templates, training systems. All of that AI can help you to build and help you to faster remove yourself from the actual business. So AI doesn't replace your thinking, it multiplies it, it makes it more clear, it's more simple, it's much easier to be actually installed. Okay, so if you don't know how to use AI, so here you go. SOPs around your business. You can ask AI to analyze your business based on asking AI to give you maybe 20, 40 questions so you can answer them, so you better understand your business. And then based on that, you can go in and ask, can you create SOPs around my fulfillment? Can you create SOPs around my demand, how I get clients in? Can you make SOPs around my conversion? Can you make a sales script for me? Can you make client onboarding templates? Can you help me to create welcoming emails? Can you help me to systemize? Can you help me to like standardize my delivery? All of that can be done through AI, right? So you're not double guessing. And AI is probably the most valuable asset inside of your business, because AI can like read so many data points across internet that it would like that a normal human cannot do, and AI can do that for you. Okay, so the hidden cost of scaling wrong. When you scale without systems, right, this is super important. Family starts to suffer because you have no systems. You need more time inside of your business because you're all over the place. Your health also declines, your stress increases, your relationships break, and joy also disappears from the actual business. Okay, so money without structure is expensive. Real success is really sustainable. And you really need to think about how can you sustain your business and how your business can actually work without you actually being inside of your business as well. So the long-term game, 100K is not about the finish line. It's just the entry point. It gives you the leverage, stability, choice, and actual time. And from 100K, once you get your systems right, it's much easier for you to reach to 500K without adding more stress to side of to actually your business. Okay, and yes, it's true. Sometimes you even may need to actually redesign your business again, but because you're redesigning the actual systems. You're not adding more work, or you're not changing your schedule around of how you need to actually fulfill your clients. What you're doing, you're changing and redesigning the actual systems. So here it is. Growth is not about speed, it's about actual control. If you control leads, sales, delivery, and cost, you control your actual life as well. And if you remember one thing, remember this. Scaling isn't about doing more, it's about building a better system inside of your business. 10K is always about hustle, 100K is about actual architecture, engineering, systems. One effort, okay? One leverage. Decide which builder you want to be. Either you want to be the building hustle and just hustle, or you actually want to build systems and remove yourself from business and actually scale to 100K. So now you know exactly what is the main difference between 10K business and 100K business, and what you really need in order for you to get all the way to 100K plus, okay? Because now you know that it's not working harder, it's designing your business completely different. And if you don't know where to start, you need help, we offer a free diagnostic call that you can book in a bio. If you go to the bio, you will see there's a link. You can actually book your bio. You can book actually your diagnostic call in the actual bio, right? There's a link, click it, you can schedule. It's not a sales call, it's 100% free diagnostic call. We diagnose your entire systems across demand, conversion, delivery, data. We better help you to understand what is missing, what is needed. And if you really want help, we can talk about helping you. If you really are a great fit to work together. If not, we will just let you know, but we will still help you to design your actual systems, what you need, okay? Now, if you really like this video, if you like really understanding the structures, the foundation, like this video, comment down below if you need any additional help, or maybe you want me to make a different content piece around something else, which is related to business and scaling businesses. Also, please subscribe to my channel. You're gonna give me a massive favor by helping me to really to place my content much better on the actual YouTube. You're gonna help me with the algorithm, and you're gonna help more businesses to see this video so they can actually help themselves to also scale to 100K plus a month.